Just a heads up, I did not plan my thoughts out before I started recording this video, so proceed at your own risk. I haven't done a video like this in a really, really long time, so it's definitely gonna be different from what I've been doing recently, and that's kind of something. That's kind of the point of this video. Kind of one of the things I wanted to talk about is that my content. It's no secret if you've been here for more than a few months, like the drastic shift in my content going from one thing in 1 month to now a couple months later, it looks completely different. And there's a handful of reasons for that. Some of them probably obvious, some of them maybe not so obvious. But one of the things I've seen lately, not necessarily a lot, it's not something I see a lot, I just see it every now and then, and it makes me scratch my head a little bit, because people see the content as of like the reactions and like the funnier stuff and the TikToks, and they're like, oh, it seems like you've changed, kind of like this wasn't you. And it's kind of like, it's upsetting for me to hear that, because I built my channel for so long off of like, it's hard to put it into words, but people have been coming back for a particular type of content. So there's a group of people that really like the 2K simulation wrestling content, right? Like that's their bread and butter. That's the stuff that they like. And when it's not that, they want nothing to do with it. And that's fine. Like there's going to be people who have their own preferences and their own opinions and their own desires to either watch things or not watch things. And that's completely fine. The problem for me is that now I'm putting myself in a situation where I am able to create content that's kind of it's just me. It's just me. It's me just being me. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting behind the microphone. Hey, here comes it. Hey, the back body drop. Oh, they got the hip toss. Oh, they got a 1, 2. I feel like for so long, that's all that I did, that people, I guess, got it in their heads that like, that's who I am, or that's who I was. And I like doing that, you know what I mean? But I feel like anybody that actually knows my personality and knows me a little deeper than that knows that like, that's just wrestling content. That's just what I do in my wrestling content, because it's fun sometimes. Unfortunately, I got to the point where I was doing it for so long that it's not fun anymore. It's not fun for a lot of reasons. It's not fun because I don't feel creatively fulfilled by doing it. I don't think that obviously the product itself that we're trying to build it off of is up to par. And I'm not as invested, and I can't believe like now of all times I'm saying this, I'm not as invested in wrestling as I once was. And I don't know why. I've just kind of started to fall out of love with it. Like when the AEW and NXT stuff was starting to kick off, I was like, yeah, I'm going to get back into it and this is going to be good. And then I watched some episodes and I was like, yeah, this is cool. This is good. And then I just kind of, okay, bye. Like I just faded off. I don't know why. It's something that's been a part of me for my entire life almost. You know, I've always been such a deep rooted wrestling fan, but lately it hasn't connected with me. So as anyone can probably imagine, anyone with a brain can imagine, when your channel is primarily based off of wrestling, not completely, but primarily, and you stop enjoying wrestling, this is what we call a predicament. You see what I'm saying? This is where A plus B doesn't equal C. This is where like 1 + 2 = 11, and I need to figure out how to make the numbers connect again. So the way that I've approached it, though, it honestly has felt like a gift and a curse, because yes, I'm not doing wrestling content as much anymore. I'm obviously doing it every now and then, and I'm definitely going to go back and play the older games, because there's nothing out right now that's worth playing across any video game at all, by the way. I feel like there's nothing to play. That's probably a different video in itself. Oh God, where was I going with this? But the wrestling content has been cut out for the most, not cut out, but cut back a lot. And I'm trying to make more content that I enjoy, and I'm trying, like, you'll notice that I went from uploading every single day, sometimes multiple times a day, for over 3 years. I don't know if a lot of people know this. Not a lot of people noticed, or maybe they're newer. Like, I went for almost 4 years without missing a day of uploads. And a lot of those days, it would be 2, sometimes 3 uploads. That's when it was just wrestling content, career, universe, entrance, this guy doing this, career, universe, story, custom. It's just like, there was so much stuff to do. And I feel like times have changed so much in the last like year and a half. It feels like a gap of 5 years has gone by in the last like 18 months. I don't know if I'm the only person that feels like that. But the gift of that is that it's going to allow me to do things that I want to do without putting in that filler content. Because and I'm sure people have felt this way, like for a while, the wrestling content has been just kind of filler content. You know, I feel something just like a 2K Originals thing just came out. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, I've never been so removed from these wrestling games, and it hurts. Like, it hurts to say. I don't give a shit about. Obviously, I give a shit about the channel, but like, not even talking about the channel. Obviously, with the channel of wrestling games, whatever. But just as a fan of the games, I'm like, God damn, this sucks. Like, it sucks to be in this position. But again, the gift of that is that I'm, I guess, kind of in a position where I can do what I want to do. And it's not, I can't believe this is true, because for so long I tried to fight against this, but it's not affecting my bottom line. Like, I don't really talk about money a lot. I don't talk about any of that type of stuff. But pulling back on that and trying other things, I was like, this might not work, and I might be hurting a little bit, and I'm good. So I sit here, and as I try to approach content, the first thing I'm like, okay, what can I do that's wrestling related? Let me see. Can I connect Fortnite to wrestling somehow? Can I connect friggin' Hello Kitty to the WWE in some way, shape, or form so that the video gets more views? And that's a terrible mentality to have. That's a terrible mentality to have, to sit down at this desk every day trying to build up something that I love doing for so long, and then sitting here in front of this microphone being like, I wonder what's going to get the most views. And that sucks, man. Like, that's a shitty feeling. Like, I hate that I have felt like that. You know what I mean? And it's kind of one of those things where it's going to take time to get that muscle memory going again of like, okay, I can make whatever I want. It doesn't have to have Chris Danger in it, regardless of how many more views the video may get. If Chris Danger is in the title or the thumbnail or the video, it's some way, shape, or form, which is amazing, and I love that, and that makes me happy in itself. But being able to do the opposite of that and still thrive to an extent is amazing. I don't know if y'all noticed this. We finished 4 gaming series in a row. Star Wars, Batman, Spider-Man. Shit. Career mode came before that. We did career mode in 2K20. Played that bitch all the way through. Thank God that ended when it did. Then we did Star Wars, Batman, Spider-Man. Completed all of them. We are on the cusp of potentially a new beginning here, and that makes me incredibly excited and incredibly scared, because I've been doing things one way for so long, which is my fault, that I think I gave people the wrong idea about who I am and why I'm here. You know what I mean? And that might sound weird. And I told you I did not plan this out beforehand. I just sat down and I was like, I'm just going to talk. And when that happens, sometimes it just swirls around like a deadly tornado. And now I've lost my train of thought again. So at the end of the day, here's the point. Let's TLDR this. I love what I do. I really do. Being able to build something of your own. Like, I'm not sitting here trying to brag and this is not a knock at anybody else that has done this any differently. Boy, we got here by our goddamn selves. Wasn't no features, you know. Where this is a million with no features. Like, I didn't get shouted out by Markiplier or Jack or any of these huge. I didn't get shouted out by any of these guys. I didn't collab with people 5 times, 6 times, 10 times the size of me to piggyback off of their communities. No. And that might sound some type of way. People are like, oh, toot your own horn. And if it sounds like that, fine. If it sounds like that, fine. But I'll tell you what, I'm fucking proud of that. I'm proud as shit of that. That I didn't ride anybody's coattails. I didn't get this huge group of friends and we're all going off of each other and gaining each other subs. Like, I did this the damn hard, long way, right? And now I'm at the point where I'm like, let's have some damn fun. You know, I want my content to be fun. I want it to be funny. I want people to be like, oh shit, this man uploaded a new video. It's going to be fire. Not episode 917 of this random game or wrestling game or whatever. And that stuff just doesn't connect with me anymore. And let me wrap up by saying this, even though by this point, the people that I'm going to address right now probably clicked off the video. But this is probably going to upset a lot of people. I will probably lose a lot of support from after this video. People that are only here for wrestling content and people that only want to see John Cena versus Samoa Joe on Monday Night Raw with some commentary over it. Or people that really, really want me to just be in this box and stay in this area that they put me in. Those people aren't going to like this video. And they're probably going to leave and probably not come back. And at the end of the day, I'm not mad at you if you feel that way. If you're kind of like, you know what, I'm moving on to greener pastures. Like, I don't blame you. Like, so much has changed over these last couple years from a content perspective, from a YouTube perspective, from who's on top to what trends, to what gets views, to what people are watching. It's like so much constantly changes and so much is relevant for 3 months and then becomes irrelevant and irrelevant again for 3 months. October, WWE game comes out. Oh, look, DenkOps channel is relevant. October ends. Bam. Who the hell is he? So it's this constant battle. You know what I mean? But it's time to approach it, I think, in a different way. It's time to fight the battle a little differently. Instead of just sitting down and being like, who am I trying to satisfy today? What group of people do I really want to make sure watch this video and get some views from? That shit's got to stop. And I have to prioritize just doing things for myself, doing things that make me happy. If it makes me laugh, it might make somebody else laugh. So I'm gonna upload it. You know what I mean? I think I rambled enough. God, how long is this? Only 18 minutes? Wow, this felt like a half hour. How am I gonna wrap this up? Thank you, obviously, for the support. I say this all the time, but I'm gonna keep saying it anyway, and people could be like, oh, you're just pandering, blah, blah. But like, I would not be in this position without support from you guys. You know what I mean? There's passers-by, right? There's people who are like, oh, I know who he is, and I'll watch some of his videos every now and then. There's viewers, maybe subscribers or people that see me, they recommend it all the time. Like, oh, I'll watch him. Yeah, I'll watch him here and there. Oh, I'll keep watching him. Oh, yeah, he's whatever. And then there's supporters. Supporters are the ones that are just like, that are just there. That are there to cheer or boo if they feel the need to do so, but they do it all in the mindset of moving all of this forward together. You know what I mean? So that group of people, obviously everybody that watches my content has my gratitude, but specifically that group of supporters, the people who are here no matter what, through the ups and the downs, the highs and the lows, and they're going to continue to be here throughout the further ups and downs and highs and lows because we all go through them. I'm eternally grateful for you guys because without you guys, I just be another dude trying to make it. Not that I'm not just another dude trying to make it, but at least I have a little bit of support to fall back on. Are we done here? I think I'm done here. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and for listening to this. I feel like I'm not gonna have to do a lot of editing today. Lit. I did a Q&A thing on Twitter. Maybe I'll upload that tomorrow. I got more reactions planned. I don't know if you guys saw. Brandon made me create a TikTok. I made a TikTok account. It'll be linked in the description. Follow it so I don't feel like an asshole. I made a video on it already. I thought it was pretty funny. Some people thought it was funny too. So go watch that. Follow me in other places, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. Because 2020, man, just enough. Just enough people pleasing in 2020. We're just gonna do what makes us happy. And if anybody doesn't like it, sucks to suck. Love you guys. Thank you for support. Stay tuned for more. I'll see you next time. Peace.